Hey guys, welcome back to Blossom Schoolhouse. Today's video is a quick back to homeschool haul. We are starting back to school next week, so I've gathered over the last few weeks some resources and extra supplies to keep us going for the new school year. We are going into our 5th year. I'm a homeschool mum of 2 girls. They are aged 6 and 8 now. Got to get used to saying that. So stay tuned and I will show you all the supplies that I've been gathering for the next school year. Start with this. Now, I didn't realise this was going to be so big, but I absolutely love it. It is a history colouring book. Even though it's laid out more as a map colouring book, it's world history to colour. So they've got a timeline at the back, and then they've just got different parts of different continents and countries, and then historical figures, and there's even some information as well. So I'm really excited to use that in history. I'm thinking I might just cut out a page, and it's big enough for them to sit and colour together, and then we'll just slowly work our way through the whole book, hopefully in history. So I'm actually going to keep this on our homeschool cart that is set up now for history, geography and science. So I'm going to slot that behind our history folder. And then also for history are these. Now I'm quite excited about these. We have the Action Bible in ESV, so this pairs with that, but I actually wanted to use these for our history curriculum as well, because there are certain lessons on certain Bible characters. So I thought we could pull out that page when there's a relevant one to the lesson, and they can colour it. There's information on the back, they can reference their Bible, and then I can store it in their history journal folder. So I've got them one each of those. So I'm going to pop those on the cart as well, so that it's all in the right place. More books, and you just can't go wrong with DK books. This is the Life Cycles book, and it has life cycles of animals. There's volcanoes in here, there's everything. And do you know what? Life cycles are one of the questions I get asked a lot by my children. What does this animal look like as a baby, or things like that. I mean, look, there's even the life cycle of stars. So we can pull this out whenever they have a question about baby animals, or how long animals live, or their life cycle. And I love that it's not just animals as well. It's just a really cool book. So I think we will use this one quite a lot. If you hadn't noticed already, we have some new shelves. So this is going to stay on this bottom shelf so that we can use it all the time. These are the books that we are planning to use most in school. I've got 2 more books in here actually. The Story of London, Usborne. This is like a history reader. I can either read this to both the girls, or this can be for Miss 8 to read. And I also picked up a couple of these. The Jungle Book one she's already run off with to read, and this is The Wind in the Willows. So I'm hoping she'll enjoy having a couple more readers. So I'll pop the new books on the reader's shelf. Now I did already buy pencils, but you can never have too many pencils, and these have eraser tips and they are already sharpened, and that was a big deal for me because the other ones that I bought weren't pre-sharpened and I had to sharpen them all, and like 10 was enough for me. So I've grabbed some more pencils to have on hand. They use the rubbers so quickly, so it's good to have quite a few of those. These are actually for me and for my homeschool planner, so I love to have things kind of colour coded, and I love the pastel colours, and they were on sale. This whole set was like £5, so I thought why not, and I especially wanted the fine tip pen, so I'm looking forward to using those in my planner. And then these I picked up for like £1. I mean, you can never have enough little organising tubs, can you? I got 1 each for the girls. I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm going to use them for. I may use them for table snacks or manipulatives or math. I'm not sure, but for £1, you can't really go wrong, can you? Now, I've got some art supplies in here. This was a 3-pack and it was on offer. So this is a 3-pack of watercolour paper journals. I went with a 3-pack because I want to lead the girls by example. So if we have one each, and whenever we're doing some painting, some artist study or some nature journaling, we can sit down and do it together. This is really thick watercolour paper as well that doesn't bleed through, and there's actually perforated pages so you can pull them out, but I plan to keep these as journals. So we're going to use them for art, nature journaling, that sort of thing. My plan is to get them to practice drawing still life pictures as well, so we might put a plant pot on the table and all just have a go at painting it and see where we go. So I got 3 of those, and they're a good size as well, they're not too big. And I did get some more paintbrushes. We've got some really decent ones actually, but we did need a few more, and a few more of the finer tipped ones. So got some new paintbrushes to go with that as well. I have actually ordered a whole new watercolour set that comes with a water brush as well that I'm really excited to use, but that hasn't turned up yet. Also for art is this set. Now these are water brushes as well. So there's one water brush and then all of these colours. I think you draw or paint with the coloured pens and then you use the water brush to sort of give it the watercolour effect. So I'm looking forward to them trying them out. I wanted to give them a variety, so we've got watercolour paints, we've got the brushes, and then I've got the set coming that has a water brush and then a paint palette, so they just dip the water brush in the paint and then use it like that. I just want them to have a few different mediums to try out and see what they like. We've got watercolour pencils as well, and then they can just paint on top of it. This I thought was watercolour paper, but upon opening it, I can see that's not the case. It's actually DIY foam watercolour pen, so that's actually quite cool because that's something a little bit different. So they make something like this. That'll be fun. They'll make good presents and gifts for people as well. So that's cool, didn't realise that. Art supplies. More supplies here. The girls have had the same scissors for, I think, since we started homeschooling. It's so bad and they're so rubbish. They're so blunt, and yeah, they really needed new ones. So I looked into good pairs. These are for age 6 and up, and they came in a pack of 2, which is probably best for both the girls actually. And they actually change colour with heat. So how cool is that? When you hold them, the heat changes the handles from purple to blue. I thought that was just really cool, and they've got little butterflies on. So they've got a pair of those each, and I did grab a sharper pair for age 10 plus. My eldest is 8, so I will monitor her with those, but she's good with scissors, so I thought I'd grab them too, and they're nice and sparkly. So definitely needed to replace our current scissors. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll all know I love me some storage tubs and organisers. These I got actually for these flashcards that I've just prepped, and they don't fit, so I'm going to just keep hold of this. These just come in handy for absolutely anything. I mean, I could keep all our scissors in here, so I will keep that for something else. And then I've actually got some curriculum here to show you today. We have been using Abide, which is a Bible curriculum, and finished that. We finished both 1 and 2. So I have purchased More Than Words Living Faith Bible Curriculum. This is by Rebecca Spooner, and it is available on Masterbooks or Amazon. I bought it on Amazon, and it's just a gentle 4-day week Bible curriculum. So there's scripture memory, there's colouring, copy work, there's verses, there's stories, there's just a little bit of everything. So I've got the girls 1 each of these. My plan is to give 1 to my eldest. The other one will be for my youngest, but I will read from it to all of us at the table and then give it to my youngest when there's an activity to complete. And so this is what we're going to be working through slowly this year. While I am talking about Bible, I also got this book, the Gospel Storybook Bible, and highly, highly recommend it. It has opened up so many questions. We are only on story 10, I think, but the amount of questions that it brings up in both the girls has been amazing. So it just goes through all the Bible in story form and just how that relates to the gospel and how the gospel is just all through the Bible. So that has been brilliant. So this is what we are doing for Bible in the mornings with both the girls. Now the last thing I have to show you I'm really excited about, because I actually made this and it is available in my Etsy shop. So I've just opened it up and this is my first listing, and I wanted to get it out quicker than this because it is September now and I know a lot of you are starting school again. So it is an interview sheet that you do on the first day of school or the first week of school, and they can either fill it out themselves or you can ask them the questions and write them down. If they are young, they can write their name at the top and they can even draw a picture of themselves. If you print it on watercolor paper too, they can even paint it, let it dry and then write their answers out, or they can do a whole self-portrait on the back. So if you are interested, I will leave the link to my Etsy shop so you can purchase this. It is £1, so it's not expensive, but you can keep the PDF and reprint every year and then see how their answers change and their self-portraits change, and they just make lovely keepsakes. We have actually done an interview on the first day of school every year since the beginning, so I love to look back on them and see how things have changed. So to have our own one that I have designed and made is just even more exciting. So that was my back to school haul. Everything has been put away. We've got our books on the shelves, we've got our art supplies stocked up and extra books added to the loop subject cart. These I will keep in our morning basket, and now everything is ready for a new school year. I'm so excited, and if you are just starting your first year, I wish you all the best. If you're going into your second, third, fourth, whichever year it is, I hope you all have a fantastic year of homeschooling.